Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of DM Dad & Co. Tonight we're going to be doing a review of a brand new Dungeons & Dragons product by a content creator named Two25Games. You can find him on YouTube and Instagram. I'll put a link to all of his stuff down below. What we are looking at is this brand new book called A Hero's Journey, and this is a campaign journal that he has come out with for you and your players, whether you're running the game or playing in it, for you guys to keep track of all your notes from the session. There is a beautiful place to put your characters' stats. It has its own character sheet in there. Check that out. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? I love the design that he put into this, the detail that he put into this. And it's just amazing. I think this is super useful. I actually just sent a link to my players to have them pick this up. It's on Amazon right now for $9.95. This is the original copy, the original version, I should say, in the red and black. But he also came out with a blue and gold covered one to match his logo, his colors, 225 Games right here. That one looks pretty sick as well. They're both exactly the same book as far as content wise, just a different aesthetic for the book covers itself. And I think it's really awesome. There's, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try and show it to you. But there is he does have designs faded back into the pages. This one has a bit of a wizard in the back, like a silhouette that you can see. And I just think that's really awesome. There's a visualization to help you really remember what goes where. On the character sheet, you have the hearts next to your where your hit points goes. There's a little image of a shoe where you would put your speed, and in the spot for armor class, it's in the design image of a shield to put that in there. Next to all of the ability score, strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma for your saving throws, it does have an image next to each. For example, strength has a man's bicep being curled. I'll see if you can take a look at that. And they do have the same images on where the actual ability score goes itself, faded into the background as a silhouette. Let me just see if I can get that over to show you guys a good picture of it. But I think that is just seriously so awesome, and he really went into a lot of detail for this. It has all of the areas that you would need on a normal character sheet in here. This is just his version, his design of it, and that's just part one. It's the very beginning of the book. All that is, all part one goes over is your characters, is your actual character sheet. He has an introduction here that I'm not gonna read aloud. And then part two is the meat and potatoes of the book. Part two, the journey. All right, that's what that looks like on the inside. Okay, and we do have, as you can see here, a part. This book, why I love this book so much is part of it is really goes into what you should go over, some of the things you should go over in a session 0. A lot of people either don't really know how to run a session 0 or get caught up and forget things. Some people still don't run a session 0. By the way, I very highly recommend definitely running a session 0 for your players before you start any of your games. I did have the privilege of beta reading this before it was released, so I had the opportunity to really check this out and go over the different questions and things like that he put in here for session 0 and the designs and all that stuff. But there are lots of different questions here for what to go over during the session 0. You've got a solid 7 pages of things to go over for your session 0. Plenty of space to write down the answers to the questions. They're not all like this. Some of them are simple yes or no questions, such as will certain playable races be prohibited, yes or no? And you know, it's just a lot of people wouldn't think to go over that necessarily, and I like that this, especially for new players and new DMs and GMs, this really lays out what the important things are to go over during a session 0. And as you're doing so, you know, maybe some other things will come up while you're doing that, and it's a good thing to kind of get out in the open right away. One of the other questions, 2 of the questions here are, what are the expectations of the GM or DM, and what are the expectations of the players? Definitely something very important to go over in your session 0. So like I said, I love it. I love that there's a brilliant section for that. And then we get back here. So most of the book, that, like I said, that the first part is your character sheet section, and then the beginning of part 2, you've got 7 pages to go over different things in your session 0, so you can take notes, write that down, and really understand what everybody is expecting to get out of this game, what kind of game you're playing, and all that. After that, you have your adventure log, okay? And this is just pretty much a journal with specific sections. You got an area to put the date, the campaign session number, and then you have areas for items found and used, NPCs met, different party member notes. You have a quest log area, some notes for combat encounters if you want to write that down, settings and location descriptions, which is always good, and another area for a session summary, some memorable moments that you might want to write down, and of course plans, predictions for the next session. And you've got, you know, plenty of room in this journal, okay, to go over many sessions. Plenty of room for many sessions, because each section for your notes for one campaign session is just about 2 pages. So you've got 2 pages worth of notes that you can put on here. And again, I love, even back here in the notes, he has a, look at that, there is a silhouette. I don't know if you guys can see it. It might be hard to see on the camera, but there is a silhouette of a dragon in flight on the page there. And I really love what he did with that. But like I said, you know, for $9.95 on Amazon, you can definitely get this and check it out. I think it's totally worth it for players and dungeon masters or game masters to have available to you. So check that out, because it's definitely going to be a useful tool for you guys sitting around the table. Even if you're already in the middle of a campaign, you're already in the middle of an venture, and you've already done your session 0, I would still highly recommend picking this up, at the very least for the session 0 areas, questions, and it's just a extremely useful and organized way to take notes. DMs, I know how frustrating it can be when your players don't take notes, and getting this for them, or, you know, having them get it for themselves is, I think, definitely a way to make sure that they can take notes quickly and easily. Just have it sitting here open on the table while you're playing the game, and something comes up. Oh, you know, something NPCs met. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna write this person's name down, description, where I met them, stuff like that. There's just, I think, honestly, 225 Games has done an amazing job with this book. Please go give him some love on YouTube, Instagram, and I believe he also has a Twitter. So I will provide links to all of those down in the description below, and I will provide a link to this book, both this version and the new blue and gold colored one in case you guys want to pick that one up instead with the alternate artwork. But honestly, I gotta say, I'm really stoked to have this and have my players start using it. I think it's a great tool for you guys to be using during your games. So nothing really negative for me to say about that. Just very well done. 225 Games. Thank you for this and for allowing me to beta read that for you. I really appreciate it. And great job, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't too long. If you got any value out of it at all, please don't forget to like and subscribe.